Okay, we're gonna learn to solve the Gigaminx today. In size comparison, here's the Megaminx. Much larger for the Gigaminx. So we're gonna start right off and scramble this. I'm gonna make this a multiple part for learning to solve the Gigaminx just because it's gonna take so long. So this first part is just gonna be learning to solve the centers, and then we'll move on for that. So look out for those other parters if you need those. Just get a nice good scramble in here. Okay, there it is. Now, I always start with white because white is best, and we're just gonna put the center in there. Now, if you solve the 5x5, then this should be really easy for you. So what I do, I'm gonna put this one right up here, like that, and then these two, slide those right in next to each other. Then I'm gonna do another two here and two here, and then put the final three in together. That's my strategy for this. So get these two together, slide them right up in there, and there's another couple white pieces. Here's one. Got two together, and they slide right up in there. Those two are together. We need one more, and then slide it up, and white will be complete. Move those out of the way. Don't want to mess up white. Okay, so now our white is there. This corner has to go there. Rotate it over, and pair up the three, and slide it right into place. So the white center is done. Now, let's do red because red is even better than white. And we're going to do the same thing. Now, I know on the 5x5, I typically do opposite centers, but that doesn't work out so well for this one. So I start with white and then just work my way across the cube. And that's how it seems to work best. So we're going to do red next, and I solve that exactly the same way as white. Get these two together, rotate them around, and just slide them right into place here. I'm going to pull that out eventually because it's just getting in the way there. Okay, so this red and this red are going to pair up. And I messed up my white, so just rotate that over so that we don't scramble those again, and move the white back. So these two, putting up in here, messed up the white, so rotate this to the top and bring it back. And there's a red, so pair those up, rotate it, bring it back, and our red is back where it's supposed to be. That piece is a real irritant. We'll have to get rid of that. That goes in there, bring it back, and we're just going to pull that red piece right out and match that up with it. And there should be one more right there. Just rotate it around. So all three reds are together. And just slide into place. Look at that. I'm really messed up white there. Okay, so that goes back like that for the white. I'm going to rotate this around, bring the white back up, bring this back around, and red and white are both solved. So as you solve more centers, you have to be more careful that you don't mess more up. Okay, I'm going to do green next. Put this green here, rotate it, and bring the white back. And I got a middle piece there. This green matches up there. Rotate it aside, bring the white back. Then these two greens, they match up right there. Rotate it, bring the red back. And there's a center piece there. This green matches up right there. Rotate it, bring it back. And this lines up right in here. Rotate it, bring it back. There's a center piece there, corner piece there. Rotates there. This should rotate right around and line up. And I think we can just rotate it like this and bring it right back. And it lines up perfectly there. So now we just need the three. There's a corner, and an edge right there. Okay. That lines up there. We did not mess up any centers right now, so we'll just leave it like that. Where'd my other green go? Right here. So what we should be able to do is just rotate this whole side up here. Greens line up, rotate it, and bring it back. Now, we want that there like that, but that messes up our red, so what we're going to do is rotate this around, rotate green into itself, and rotate it around so the empty spot is there, and bring it back, and we have both of those solved. So now, red, green, and white are all solved. We'll do purple next. Purple already has a piece there. So we're going to move this up here, get these two pieces lined up, rotate it, bring it back, and bring this up, rotate it, bring it back, and where's some more purple? Another purple here. Those two line up, rotate it, bring it back. That lines up there. Didn't have to bring that back, but that's okay. There's a pair right there, all lined up. See if we can get that over there. That lines up right there, and we did not mess up any centers, so we're good. We just need those final three purples. There's one, there's two, there's three. That lines up there. And purple rotates around, lines right up. Rotated it, bring it back. Okay. And just rotate it into place. We need to do that same thing we did earlier. Rotate purple into itself, rotate it around, bring it back. Now we have 4 of the centers solved. We're going to solve yellow next. So put this right there, rotate it, bring it back. These two yellows line up right there, rotate it, bring it back. And got a yellow corner, 2 yellow corners. And there's a pair right there. Rotate the yellow around. Those line up right there. Rotate the top. And I do not have to bring that back, so I'm not going to. Got 3 corners. Okay. This corner lines up right there. rotate around, bring it back. And yellow's all the way over here. We should be able to make this work. That lines up just like that. Rotate it, bring it back. And got a yellow and a yellow. And the last one here. Okay. That lines up there. Rotate it, bring it back. The last yellow lines up. Rotate it, bring it back. And we're just going to move that right up there. Spin it around, bring it back, and yellow solved. And blue is next. So there's my first starting point. And blue rotates up there. Rotate it around, bring it back. And a blue and a blue, they line up just like that. Rotate it, bring it back. Settles in really nicely there. And bring it back. And blue and blue, they line up. Rotate it so we don't mess it up. Bring it back. And this rotates right down there. Rotate it and bring it back. You just need the final three. There's 1, 2, and 3. They line up there. Got all 3. Gonna rotate blue into itself there. Rotate it around and bring it back. You should be able to see really well what I'm doing now. So I'm gonna move a little bit faster for the final 6. Well, for the final 4, the final 2 are more difficult, just because it's the last 2. So I'll go slower for those. Just gonna keep it moving so we don't have to make it as long a video. And those line up there. Okay, I'm gonna do this blue next. Get another pair. Need another pair. There it is. One, 2, and 3. Rotates into itself, bring it around, and bring it back. And pink is a good one to solve next. Gotta rotate this down, bring it around, bring it back, and bring it up. See, if I'm clever here, I can make that line up perfectly. Just rotate that around, and that brings back. Saves me some time there. Bring that up and around. Just need the final 3 for pink. It's getting easier to find the pieces as I get more of the centers solved. I always like that. And gray is always last. Remember that. you can't solve it right if gray's not last. And I think I'll do orange. And I'm joking, you can do any color last. It's just I always do gray last. Orange goes up, back down. Do it again. Okay, line up these two oranges, rotate them around. It's getting a little tight in here. Orange lines up there, rotate it, bring it back, orange is solved. So now we just have green and gray. So we just have to play around with it a little till everything lines up correctly. So I'm gonna try and get two greens in there. These two greens fit right up in there. Then rotate around and bring these grays down in here. This is looking like it's working out pretty well. And these grays, bring them right down here. And these greens slide right up in there, makes it really nice. And just have these pieces here, we just have to figure out. So I want this gray to line up right here. So what I'm going to do is rotate it up, rotate this around, rotate this down, bring it back, and now it all lines up very nicely and slides right into place. And all the centers of the Gigaminx are solved. So that is part 1.